Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. Today, we're going to be talking about the energies of the 2-2 portal. For those of you who are not aware, the 2-2 portal occurs on and around February 2nd of every year. I say on or around because energies are fluid, and this is really a gateway of energy. So there's not an official start and end time. 2-2 is when we're going to be feeling the intensity of the energies the most, but really the 1st through the 3rd. Those of you who follow this channel know that we're working very powerfully with the numbers 2, 0, 1, and 3 this year, and that they're making up a numerical code that's opening these doorways. This has been happening in earnest since 2020, but of course far beyond that. We've been working with this 2 energy specifically for a really long time. And this recoding of the matrix is what we've been talking about with the coding of the 1s, the 2s, and the 0s. Now we're bringing the 3 in with the 2023 energy. And this 3 energy is all about creation. The 2 come together to create the 3. So 2023, we're now beginning to build and create what's new. After the dismantling of the old, the recoding of the old matrix, we're now bringing the new coding online, so to speak. And yes, we do still see the old reality present, but if we feel into things, we can feel the difference. We can connect to the new energy just as easily if we allow ourselves to vibrate in that frequency, if we allow ourselves to be fully present within our hearts. Remember, the outer reality in this, we are still working with 3-dimensional energies, right? We're shifting these energies and we're raising these energies, but there still is a 3-dimensional energy very present and prevalent on this planet. And so in 3-dimensional energy, there's a lag time with manifestation. So the change happens on an etheric level, on an unseen level, and then it radiates into the 3D, into the reality that we can see and perceive. But we can always see and perceive it with the heart. And this is what we're learning to do, to see and perceive and feel with the heart. The 2 energy is very much a heart energy. It's about harmony. It's about balance. It's about relationship. It's also about duality. And this energy of duality is one of the major themes that I'm feeling for this particular 2-2 portal. What came through regarding these energies is that the energy of duality is going to be especially important when we're looking at the balance of the masculine and the feminine within the self. So this 2-2 portal is bringing through powerful light codes that are going to assist in the balancing and harmonizing of our masculine and feminine energies. It's also bringing in really powerful health codes for our physical vessels, our physical bodies. We experience this physical reality through our physical bodies. And even as we move through this ascension process, we're taking our bodies with us. Typically, when we ascend into these higher levels of consciousness, it's a non-corporeal thing. So this is kind of like a new experiment here as we take our bodies with us, but we don't take our old 3D bodies. Our bodies, our cells, our light bodies, and our physical bodies are shifting, evolving, and changing. Our very DNA is shifting, evolving, and changing as it returns to its original 12-strand form. And so we have a lot going on. The physical body is very important, and caring for the physical body is extremely important and crucial now and always, but it's going to continue to be more crucial as we move through these energies. It has been said that we have attempted ascension multiple times, and the human bodies could not withstand the energies. So it's so important that this time we allow this process, we facilitate and support this process by caring for our physical vessels. And the energy that came through, the knowledge that came through that I had never really thought about before was that the balance of the feminine and masculine within the self actually affects our health really profoundly. And if our feminine and masculine is out of balance, our health is going to be out of balance too. And if we are not healthy, if we are not vital, remember, our vitality, our sexuality, our creativity, all of this energy is the same. And so if that's our life force energy, right? So if our life force energy is dimmed, it's going to be that much more difficult for us to create, for us to manifest, and for us to live our very best life. I know that's like a coined phrase here, but I love it because it really speaks to what we are all here to do, to live our very best life. And we can't do that if our vitality is low, if our health is not functioning in an optimal way. So this portal, bringing through those light codes, Set the intention during this 2-2 energy to absorb and receive those light codes. All right, light codes for health, light codes for balancing the masculine and the feminine. And I am going to get more into the masculine and feminine in a second, but I do want to say before I forget to mention it, because I always forget to mention this when I do these portal videos, that another activation of these 2-2 portal energies is going to occur between February 20th and February 23rd. So 22023 through 22323. All right, very important and powerful dates as well, where these energies are reactivating. And when we talk about activation portals, what we're talking about is times when, remember, everything is code. We're talking about the recoding of the matrix. We're talking about these number sequences. The universe is made up of numbers. Our reality is actually code that we're reading and perceiving in a visual way, in a physical way. And so when these number sequences appear, they allow for these influxes of energy. And we receive light codes, we receive downloads, we receive upgrades. Our connection to our multidimensional selves and other multidimensional beings is heightened, is strengthened. Our intuition and our psychic gifts and senses are strengthened. They're really powerful and potent days. We may not always feel them intensely. Sometimes it is incredibly subtle. But trust that this energy is coming through. And when we consciously choose to work with it, we can feel it even more profoundly. So set that intention to do that healing code manifestation, that healing code meditation. I was being shown in my mind's eye as I was looking at this energy, the medical staff actually. And you see how it's the two serpents intertwined. Those two serpents represent our feminine and masculine energy. They represent our kundalini energy. They represent the energy of our vitality, our life force that is rising, our spiritual life force through the being. And so really working with those two serpents, working with our serpent energy, our kundalini energy is going to be very powerful. If you guys know or practice kundalini yoga, that's going to be a really powerful practice during this time. It's before we get into the rest of the duality stuff, we're gonna finish covering the masculine feminine. So for anybody who's new tuning into this channel, first of all, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything else. All of my seasoned people on here, and probably a lot of people attracted to this channel anyway, are aware of the fact that we do have both a masculine and a feminine essence or energy within us. We are made up of these two natures, these two complementing energies. A lot of times in society today, we view these energies as contradictory, right? We hear a lot of terms thrown around like the toxic masculine, the paradigm of masculinity, right? The patriarchy, stuff like this. And masculine energy in particular is painted in a very negative light in culture today. And we look at these energies as at war with each other, when really their goal is to be in harmony with each other and to support each other. And so it's learning how to develop a relationship with our own energies and with these energies in the world as well that allows for that supportive and symbiotic relationship. Our masculine energy is our life force energy. It is that dynamic energy that allows us to exert our will in the world, that allows us to act, to create, to set boundaries, right? To operate from a place of strength, of outer strength. Our feminine energy is the inner strength. It is that receptive quality. It is that quality that is gentle, yet firm, right? And the firmness, of course, comes from calling in the masculine side. Like we said, they complement each other, right? Just as the masculine strength can also be gentle because it calls in the energy of the feminine. But the feminine energy, it is receptive, it is intuitive, it is nurturing. It is also highly creative. It is inspired. That's our inspiration. And these energies really, like the way that they complement and work together is so beautiful. And the way that we balance one, when we see that we're imbalanced in one aspect, and we're really going to be wanting to look around this, and we're probably going to be seeing evidence of where we might be out of balance, presenting itself during this 2-2 portal so that we can bring that more into balance. Tapping into, of course, these light codes that are coming through to assist us in this process. We can tell that our masculine is imbalanced when we find ourselves being overly controlling, when we find ourselves being aggressive rather than assertive, when we find ourselves feeling like we need to do all the time, constantly being on the go, the energy of running from the self, that is masculine energy gone awry. We know that our feminine energy is out of balance when we have difficulty setting boundaries, right? When we are so far into sort of the receptivity that we become inactive and indecisive. And well, indecisive can be a symptom of out of balance masculine, but it also can be a symptom of unbalanced feminine. Confusion, I guess, more than indecisiveness. Indecisiveness is the lack of action. Confusion is the state of being overly emotional. And what I mean by that is when we get swallowed up and we're drowning in our emotions. That's an unbalanced feminine. And sometimes manipulation energies like that can come from an unbalanced feminine energy. It's another symptom of trying to control. The unbalanced masculine can be that domineering, trying to force our will. The unbalanced feminine can be the more subtle manipulative energies of that, which is also a means of trying to control. When we feel unsafe, when we feel unprotected, that is our feminine energy and our masculine energy out of balance with each other. And so bringing those into harmony, calling upon the qualities of one to make up for where we may be sort of falling short on the qualities of the other. And what I mean by that is just simple examples like if we are in this energy of being dominating and controlling, calling in that feminine to surrender, to bring in that energy of surrender, to bring in that energy that lets us step back a little bit, to take a breath. When we're working with masculine energy, we're working with fire energy, we're working with the energy of the sun. And what also the energy of air is associated with masculine energy. When we're working with the feminine energy, because the air energy is the energy of logic. When we're too far in our logical minds, that's when we're too heavy into our masculine. When we're too far into our feeling mind, that's when I don't want to say too far into our intuitive mind, because I don't know if you can be too far into your intuitive mind. But when we're like in that dreamy kind of powerless state, that's when that's out of balance, right? I guess that would be too far into the intuitive mind, where we're not. I don't know. You guys are picking up on what I'm saying here. So essentially, the logical, the fire, right? That's the masculine energy, the sun energy. The feminine energy is the moon. It's the water. Earth is also considered a feminine energy, right? But that water energy, that moon energy, that more subtle energy. The feminine is more of the unconscious energy. The masculine is more of the conscious energy, the ego energy. But remember, ego is not a bad thing. We cannot function in this reality without a healthy sense of ego, a healthy sense of self. It's only when the ego becomes unhealthy and it holds us back and it limits us that it becomes a problem. But we still don't want to fight against it. We want to learn how to work with it. Just like with these masculine and feminine energies, we don't want to fight against either one. We want to bring them into balance. We want to embrace them. Remember, everything becomes healthier and more vibrant when we bring in the energy of love. Right? So if our feminine or masculine is out of balance, being angry at it is not going to assist in the process, right? That's imbalanced masculine again. When we bring love to it, that's what begins to transform that energy, to soften or toughen up that energy, depending on what it needs, right? But with the energy of love, right? Strengthen is better than toughen up, I guess. Strengthen that energy. To fortify. This 2-2 portal energy is all about fortifying our energy. I think it's no accident that I think it was the live stream we did for Aquarius season. If you guys haven't checked that out, go ahead and do so. This portal is occurring during Aquarius season. It was in that video, I think, that ended up being titled Full Spectrum, because we were talking about the full spectrum of experience, embracing all of this earthly experience, the good, the bad, the ugly. Remember, these are just labels. These are perceptions, but it gets the point across when we talk about this, right? Embracing all of it as part of why we came here, the sorrow along with the joy, right? The frustration along with the exhilaration, all of these things, all of these counterparts of energy, embracing all of that. And so we're going to be working with that energy as well, embracing the full spectrum of experience, appreciating the duality and appreciating the contrast, My old mentor, Glenn Jones, I shout him out a lot, him and his partner Heidi, who are absolutely amazing individuals. Glenn and Heidi's Healing Heart is their channel. They're just beautiful, beautiful souls, beautiful divine partners who came together to share their light in the world. And Glenn always taught about the beauty of contrast, right? Because it shows you what you want and what you don't want. Shows you what you are and what you are not. It gives you appreciation. It gives you just a deeper understanding and a deeper wisdom that can be gained through understanding and appreciating and experiencing contrast. All right, I think that's all we wanted to really talk about for the 2-2 portal. Really simple. Focus. Balancing the masculine and the feminine, health and vitality, relationship energy. Yes, this is a theme as well. And this is all relationships, right? All connections. So any group, any organization, any intimate one-on-one relationship that really affects us deeply and profoundly within the heart. So working with the heart energies, working with the energy of expanding the heart, opening the heart. I feel codes for that coming through for us as well. We're going to have, of course, codes for the sacral and the solar plexus, those being the chakras associated most powerfully with the masculine and the feminine. We always have upper chakra activations with these portals, root chakra to help ground and firm us. Just a lot of energy coming in to facilitate the entire energy body, right? This is full spectrum, right? So all the chakras, all the energy bodies being strengthened and fortified. Work with the energy of the sun as well as the moon during this portal. There's going to be codes coming through from both. And so work on setting time to go out in nature and receive all of these codes directly from Mother Gaia herself, if you are able. Remember, working with the elements, working with fire and air is going to assist you in that masculine, balancing that masculine, activating the masculine, receiving codes for the masculine. Working with the water and the earth energy is going to help in balancing and receiving these codes for the feminine. So let's get right into it. All right, it's interesting. I have 2 decks simultaneously that I want to pull from. I notice I've been flipping my words a little bit during this reading. Clear. So I know you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. So I don't feel the need to go back and correct myself. It's so funny as I'm looking down. So I have, you can't really see, maybe you can if I go like this tapestry that I have here. So water was the first word that I looked down at as I was speaking. And then I noticed fire over here. And then, of course, we have air and earth here. But water element came out very strongly. And then fire came into my vision. And so those are the 2 that I associate most powerfully with the feminine and the masculine, water and fire. So those 2 elements especially, working with those. And what does fire do? It transmutes, it transforms. Creation, destruction. What does water do? Well, water can also create or destroy to an extent, right? Water sustains us. We are made of water. But too much of any element can have consequences, right? That are not pleasant. This is why in polarity we work with balancing the elemental energies within the body. Polarity sessions might be really good for people around this time, I'm feeling. If you know or can look up polarity practitioners in your area. Anyone in my area, I do practice a little bit of polarity. My friend Tommy is an incredibly gifted polarity practitioner. But yeah, and water, what does water do? It purifies, it cleanses, it renews. All right, energies for the 2-2 portal. Page of Wands coming out first. All right, so be fresh in your creative approaches. This Page of Wands wants a fresh approach, a creative solution to something. It wants us to really work with our inner child and to approach things from a fresh new perspective and vantage point. All right, come into something in your life, approach something in your life during this portal through the heart and the eyes of a child. Then we have the Emperor coming out. All right, so we go from this childlike wonder, this childlike creativity, this fresh new energy here to the epitome of solid strength. And this is saying Your creativity, your ability to tap into your inner child and harness the magic of your inner child is your strength, is your power. Your vulnerability, your freshness is your superpower. It's like for some people, I think you've been feeling almost like discouraged because you are such a beautiful, gentle soul, and you have an innate vulnerability and sensitivity to you. And a lot of us, most of us do, right? But we learn how to some of us learn how to harden that part of ourselves when we get hurt, when the world disappoints us, right? But some people, it's like no matter how hard they try, they can't harden that part of themselves because it's like this gooey pink center that just can't, they're just those light beings. All right. And you may have been feeling this, or you may feel as though you had hardened yourself to a place where you were comfortable and you felt safe. And then something has kind of broken open the shell surrounding that soft gooey center, and you're feeling vulnerable again, and it's making you uncomfortable. But Spirit is saying that is incredible. That is an incredible strength. And this is where the balancing of the masculine and feminine comes in, right? We can be safe being vulnerable if we have a balanced and strong masculine as well. Because that allows us to set strong boundaries. That allows us to protect ourselves, and in a way that's high vibrational. Instead of building a wall, we simply have a boundary. There's a difference in energy there. Boundaries can be crossed when invited, but when not invited, they stand firm, right? A wall is a wall. Ain't nobody getting through, right? That's kind of part of the difference here. We know and we trust our discernment, Emperor energy, that tells us who to allow in and when, and to what extent. Give me some more energy here. This is really stepping into our sovereignty, but not losing our gentleness, not losing our softness, not losing our vulnerability in the process. Then we have the sun that came out. All right, perfect energy. We're talking about this sun energy, this solar energy. Sun energy can represent Gemini energy. It can represent Leo energy. Once again, we got the inner child coming out here, right? Riding that big white horse. It reminds me, I feel like this horse should be like a unicorn or a Pegasus. I know when I was a little girl, Pegasus was my thing. I was obsessed with Pegasus. Just the idea of a horse that could fly. Dragons, I was a big dragon person. I still love dragons and dragon energy. I collected dragons for a really long time. But Pegasus, as a little girl, that was my thing. So I'm feeling like that kind of a playful energy, the unicorns, the Pegasus, like unicorns, I think I just said. Like, you guys, you'll just follow along. It's gonna be like the words are just gonna come out. Like making it fun. Dress up your horse, essentially, right? Dress up your reality. Add more sparkle. Add more glitter. Add more fun. That's this Page of Wands energy here. This is also something new beginning. A process of stepping deeper into your sovereignty and deeper into your fulfillment. Really healing and working with that masculine energy here. And the sun also represents health. It represents vitality, right? I feel it representing those light codes coming through again. Light codes that are going to assist us in stepping into our sovereignty. In seeing this world, the world through fresh eyes. It's like a lot of us, like, we go through periods, right, where we become sort of world weary. So this portal feels like it's going to kind of like, if we have become jaded, it's gonna clear away some of that energy so that we can be fresh and new again. But at the same time, it is assisting us in really stepping into our power. We become empowered through this process. Empowered rather than disempowered. We got the Eight of Wands coming out. This is movement. I feel like messages and communication surrounding health, surrounding wellness, surrounding our fulfillment, our vitality, our joy. The sun has a message for us. Yeah, really get out there and work with those rays of the sun. Got the sunflowers on this card. Oh, isn't that funny? There's a wall here. I've never noticed that before. Talking about the wall. But this wall is only a half wall, right? It's not that tall. And there are sunflowers growing on top of it, representing new beginnings. Tell me more about this Eight of Wands, this communication coming through. Your inner child has a message for you too. I'm feeling that. Messages coming through from our inner child. Got the Queen of Cups here. Right? She is the Queen of Water. This is feminine energy. This can represent female water sign. But this is like the most empowered of the feminine water energies, right? Can be the most empowered. I feel like I'm really being drawn to her cup right now. I feel like through this portal, we're being offered something that will bring us incredible fulfillment. Healing. We're being offered healing. Purification, healing, cleansing. Remember, we just did a refresher on the Aquarius season live stream about the fact that we are in the red, I think it's the red self-existing moon. I know it's the red moon. There's a video on it in the Galactic Cycles and Wave Spells. Red self-existing moon year right now, galactic year, which is very much about working with that water energy, that moon energy. Yeah, some cleansing, some purification, some deep healing on an emotional level. So this is deep healing of the feminine, of our feminine coming in, our feminine energy. Chariot. Came out reversed. We'll see if I feel that Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. That's the Page of Wands, felt very much like an Ace of Wands. Tell me about the Fool. Yeah. So this is like, I feel like there's clarity coming through for us, or available to us during this portal, about some sort of change, some sort of decision or intention that we've been conflicted about. That's the reverse Chariot right there. There's a new beginning, right, with the sunflowers here with the sun and the Fool card here. There's a brand new beginning possible for us. And it comes from a decision that we're finally able to make because we get the emotional clarity around it. It's kind of like logic gave its own answer, but we couldn't fully trust that because we didn't know how we were feeling about it. And we talked in another, I think it was a live stream, about the difference between emotions and feelings, and how feeling is a knowing. It's our truth, the truth within our hearts. And emotions are simply just things that we cycle through, right? I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm overwhelmed, I'm joyful, I'm whatever, right? Those are all emotions. But our feelings are the truths within our hearts. So we couldn't get in touch with our feelings. with the truth within our hearts about a situation. Our hearts were conflicted, I think. And now the healing is coming through that allows for the clarity, that allows us to move forward, that allows us to then tap into the masculine, right? Balance the feminine, tap into the masculine, and make the choice and take the actions around whatever fresh start or new beginning has been calling to us. Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy, right? This is the Earth Mother. So this could be around earthly matters, right? Finances, anything that brings us stability. For some, this could be career. This could be motherhood or fatherhood. These energies can be interchangeable. Remember, we all have a feminine and masculine within us. A choice, a decision we have to make, something we have to do, a move we have to make in our physical reality. Yeah, we have the just confirming this for us, we have the Two of Pentacles here with the Seven of Cups in reverse. This is the confusion. This is the juggling, right? The balancing. Trying to figure out, do I go right, do I go left? Which ship is mine? Coming out of that confusion. Being able to finally make a choice, make a decision. Any final cards here? Hierophant and the Four of Pentacles. With these two cards together, what I'm feeling is strong commitment. Stability. There's powerful, we're committing to a course of action. We're committing to a decision. And we're standing by it. We're in it for the long haul. Yeah. The two pillars here on either side of the Hierophant coming into high focus there. Knowledge coming through. Now we have the Knight of Wands, so we've graduated from the Page to the Knight. The Knight takes action. Very passionate, right? I was just staring at his little outfit there. I've never noticed that before. Trying to figure out what that looks like. I don't know what the symbolism of that. It's got, oh, he has lizards, right, which represent the fire element. Transformation. Change. The energy, the word changeling just came to mind. Although it's interesting to me, it looks kind of like he's pulling back on the reins. This card is meant to be charging forward, but it seems like he's kind of like slowing down. So some people may be feeling called to slow down in order to stoke their creative, their fires of vitality and creativity. We got Justice card under that. And the Four of Swords. Yeah, some people being called to take a break. That's the choice. That's the action, is to slow down. Maybe you've been going too hard for too long. The masculine out of balance in that way. And it's time to slow down. It's time to get some rest, some renewal. Healing here. Justice coming in around a situation. This energy with the Justice card, I'm feeling it as standing our ground when it comes to what is right for us. Honoring our feeling, our truth, right? And taking the action, whatever that action is, that is in integrity with our spirit. All right, I wanted to pull a Shaman's Dream Oracle. This deck was calling to me. So we're going to pull a Shaman's you know what I'm trying to say here, you guys. I don't know what's going on today. And then we're going to pull an activation card as well. Clear. See what activations we're receiving through this 2-2 portal energy. tapping into, calling on our inner shaman. Tell us, what do we need to know regarding this 2-2 portal, these energies of the 2-2? The Queen of Pentacles, that's when when our feminine energy is grounded and stabilized, right? When we're able to nurture because we know how to fill our own cup. Got me talks coming out, repairing the mind, body, and spirit. And these cards are so gorgeous. They really, I think this is one of the most gorgeous decks I own. But see that? This is that rest, that rejuvenation, that stepping back, that self-care. Remember, health and vitality, a major focus of this energy. Working with, and what is she doing in the bath, right? She's working with the element of water once again. Blowing bubbles, working with the element of air. And those bubbles, you see there are things in these bubbles, right? These look like bubbles of manifestation, of creation that she's sending out into the world. But she doesn't have to run around trying to make all these things happen. And that's not saying we don't take the action. But what it's saying is, for some of us, the key part of the manifestation process during this 2-2 portal is about tapping in. 2 is a generally recognized, even though it represents duality, many recognize it as having a feminine vibration or energy. It's a similar energy to the 6 energy, as far as I'm concerned. And that energy has a feminine quality as well. They have a lot of similar qualities. And 6 is a multiple of 2, so it makes sense, right? 2 3 times is 6. But yeah, so this is tapping into to the feminine aspect of creation, right? The feminine is the womb. She's the void. So it's that energy of really setting those intentions, daydreaming, utilizing this energy to visualize what you want, what you desire, sending those bubbles of desire out to the universe. Sending them and then releasing them, right? Letting the energy do its thing. And just taking the inspired, divinely inspired actions in the meantime here on the ground. But what do you need to do to repair your mind, body, and spirit? How can you care for yourself better during this portal? And how can you create a routine that helps you to consistently care for yourself? Remember, this year, one of the major themes is consistency. Can you be consistent? How are you being called to help to facilitate your own healing? Work with that energy of water. Take a bath. Do those visualizations. And also set the intention to receive those healing codes. Root Girl coming out. The disowned self. Ooh. So when we're working with duality, we're also working with the energy of our light and our shadow. Right? The conscious and the subconscious, like we talked about, the light and the shadow. What within you, and this is the root, right? So this is root chakra energy. This is the energy of our childhood, possibly past life for some people as well. These are like the experiences that create our belief systems. And the parts of ourselves, this is where that inner child, right? There is a child on this card as well. This is where that healing the inner child energy comes back around again. What parts of you have you disowned that you're ready to reclaim? Disowned due to shame, due to fear, due to trauma. Are you ready to reclaim those aspects of you? Are you ready to love those aspects back into your being? Because that's when we're doing soul retrievals, when we are working with this energy of the inner child, of anything really, right? We talked about this even when the masculine and the feminine. Masculine energy becomes divine masculine energy when we bring in the love. Feminine energy becomes divine feminine energy when we bring in that vibration of love. Right? The self becomes divine or reclaims its divinity when we bring in that energy, that vibration, that frequency of love? Can you bring love to all the pieces of you? There's a particular piece of you during this portal that wants to be reclaimed, that wants to be integrated. And it's a childhood aspect for most. A part of you that you lost or that you buried, that really wants to be unearthed, that wants to be acknowledged, that wants to be loved. What was that card? I'm curious. Skybridge. Possibility for union. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So that just popped out. Did you guys see that? You can't make this shit up. This card wanted to come out. I love how that happens. It flips me out every single time. 2-2 is another energy similar to 11-11 that people look at sometimes. The 2-2 and the 3-3 as twin flame energies. This is union within the self, right? This is our masculine and feminine coming into union. When we talk about twin flames, the truest and purest twin flame relationship, the most important twin flame relationship that you will ever have in this lifetime is the one between your own masculine and feminine energy. I mean, the traditional view of twin flames, right, is that one is the masculine and one is the feminine essence embodied in human form. Of course, we know that our souls incarnate. We're multi-dimensional beings, so we're incarnated in a billion dimensions, all in real time, right? So there's more than just two aspects of our soul out there incarnated. But that's the idea, that's the energy with that, right? But our own masculine and feminine energy within us, that we hold within us currently. Not that's out there in the ether somewhere, but that we hold within us currently. Coming into union. And for some people, there is like a divine union with a counterpart energy that's being called in here too. But in order for you to call in this person, you have to reclaim your disowned self first. Because somebody who carries that kind of energy, what do we do? What do we do when we meet a reflection of us if we don't love us? We run from them too, right? Because we're really running from ourselves. And we're all one energy, right? So everybody technically is a reflection of us. But like this is like a more concentrated, intense reflection of our energy. So some people calling in that divine counterpart. But all of us calling in that union that union with the self. And that union with this disowned parts of ourselves, right? Then we have Dream Thief coming on, refusal of the call. And when it comes to union, outer union with people, talking about this twin flame type energy here, the refusal of the call is the reason that that union hasn't happened for some. Right, that running from the self energy. But this is also like somebody has an aspect of self coming back, coming home. And this past life energy, this aspect of the self, in another lifetime, your soul was called to a very specific purpose, and you ran from it. You ran from it instead of embracing it. And in this lifetime, you're meant to embrace it, to embody this dream, this purpose. And this is also, you guys, this is why we want to be really careful that we're shielding ourselves, setting our protections, especially around sleep time, dream time. Because there are energies, I feel, coming into people's dream states or accessing people during their dream state when they're more vulnerable, energetically more impressionable, right? Because the subconscious mind is active. So it's that much easier to access these deeper levels of our unconscious and plant little seeds. And like planting seeds of doubt. Planting seeds that germinate within, right? They find the soil. There's fertile soil for them to germinate because there are areas of ourselves that we have disowned. There are areas where we hold shame, where we hold fear, where we hold these vibrations and these feelings of not being enough, of not being capable. And that is fertile soil for when these seeds are planted in our dream time, those seeds to grow and take root and become trees. Sorry, just really running with that seed theme here. And that's causing us to refuse the calling of our soul because we're afraid. It's like these energies, these entities are feeding on that, and they're using our own doubts and insecurities about ourselves to foster more of that energy, to place these little doubts and these little fears in our energetic systems, in our being, that prevent us from following our calling, following our purpose, following our passion. So I feel like this energy might be revealed to some on or around this portal, or you're getting an opportunity to really clear that out. Ask Spirit to remove that, to take all of that energy out. And embrace these disowned parts of the self so that you can heal to the point where your soil is no longer a fertile ground for these seeds of discord to flourish. Yeah, really interesting there. And I don't know if that energy had something to do with this person I was picking up on who refused their calling in another lifetime. And for somebody where the divine union energy, the twin flame type energy, was resonating, it's like they refused the call of your soul song to come into union in this lifetime or in another lifetime, but they're hearing that call again. How do we come into union without? We come into union within. Inner union must be achieved first. Remember, that's our true twin flame relationship, the masculine and feminine within the self. Then we can experience an outer union. But we have to be transmitting, and this isn't just for a twin flame or union type energy, right? Divine counterpart energy. This is for any energy regarding our soul tribe. We must be singing our soul song. If our soul tribe cannot hear our soul song, they cannot hear the call. They're not drawn in, right? We don't attract them. So we have to be vibrating. How do we sing our soul song? We vibrate at our true frequency. We live in integrity with our own hearts, with our own truth. We refuse to hide who we are. We refuse to disown any aspect of the self. Then we have the tidy house coming out. Clarity and organization. If you're looking for more mental clarity, more emotional clarity, clear out your living space, clear out the clutter in your physical world. And that's gonna assist in providing more mental and emotional clarity as well. Last couple cards coming out here, we have Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. This is what we're talking about. The heart-mind coherence, the living our truth. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. And Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Interesting. And the Horseman, Herald of Change on the bottom of the deck. Speaks for itself, I think. But yeah, this is the energy of forgiving ourselves, right? And this came through, and we were talking about the energy of shame in the live stream the other day, which is one of the lowest vibratory energies. It's one of the stickiest energies. so important to rid ourselves of shame. And how do we do that? Through self-forgiveness. All right, but there's this energy of self-forgiveness here. Forgiving ourselves for when it was that we lost our way. For when it was that we refused the call. Forgiving ourselves for falling short of our own expectations. Forgiving ourselves for making choices that led to consequences that are painful. Some of these consequences we may still be feeling or dealing with today. We understand every action has a, what does it say? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's like a chemistry thing or something. I don't know. But every action has a reaction. When we take an action, the universe reacts. When we make choices, those choices have consequences that are sometimes really uncomfortable. Especially, they're uncomfortable when we make choices that are out of integrity with the truth of who we are. So if you lost your way, if you made choices and decisions that you're not proud of, love yourself anyway. Forgive yourself anyway. Know that we're having this human experience, all right? We're not perfect. We're not supposed to be. One of my favorite quotes from, or sort of mantras from 12-Step Recovery was progress, not perfection. All right? Needing to be perfect, setting that unrealistic expectation for yourself is setting yourself up for disappointment. Because it's like, what is perfection anyway? The only perfection that truly exists is imperfection. Right? The perfection of our imperfection. I think you guys understand what I mean by that, right? That's it. Everything is perfect exactly as it is. We are perfect exactly as we are. Even if we made choices and decisions that we regret, what are you doing now? That's what matters. That's what counts. And if we are dealing with consequences that are unpalatable, we'll say, how can we make the best of where we are now? How can we move forward from here? How can we get back, right? Reset our inner compass, follow our true north once again, and trust that everything will work itself out in time if we do this. But we have to be able to forgive ourselves. And this is also about forgiving others as well, who may have lost their way, who may be acting out of their integrity, and understand, have the same compassion with them that we seek to have for ourselves. That doesn't necessarily mean letting them back into our life, though, right? That may be one of the consequences for them. We can forgive them, but they may not be able to be in our lives the way that they were, or at all. All right? Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, and it doesn't mean allowing history to repeat itself. Then we have Fortune's Wheel coming out, luck and right timing, all right? This is that confirmation. If you reset your compass, if you follow your true north, divine timing will always have its way. There are good and positive things in the universe is your partner, right? On the bottom of the deck, in the hand. You are held in the loving hands of the universe. The universe is your partner. Equilibrium will be restored to your life, but it starts by making the choices to live in the now, to be present in the now, and to move forward here in right action. And what is right action? Right action is acting in integrity, acting in your truth, following your heart. All right, what were we going to do? We're going to do a Star Temple Oracle, and we're going to do a Gateway of Light activation card. I'm feeling called to the Star Temple Oracle, so we're going to do that first. And this is a Pleiadian deck. So messages from the Pleiadians here. Clear. Let's get a Star Temple Oracle card. Pleiadians, what guidance do you have for us surrounding this 2-2 portal? These beautiful 2-2 energies. All right, we have gateways of light infinite. I have unlimited access to the divine mind. And see the male and the female energy here? Masculine and feminine. See, ooh, the snakes wrapped around them, right? The twin snakes. This is perfect. When we are unified in heart and mind, when our masculine and feminine is balanced and unified, we have unlimited access to the divine mind. I'm going to read that card for everyone too. I want to see what that card has to say. I love the gateways of light energy. That feels very reminiscent of the light codes and everything that are coming in to assist in connecting us to the divine mind. And what is the divine mind? That is the one mind. That is the consciousness, the knowledge, the perspective, the expansion and awareness of the one mind. And then we have Electra, the shining star coming through, glow. I no longer dim my light, I shine bright for all to see. The only thing that could be better about this card would be if she were looking directly in the mirror, right? Loving the reflection that she sees. Some of us, I feel like we've been, and that's one way to be able to tell where you're at when it comes to self-love. Can you look yourself in the eye? Can you stare at yourself in the mirror and feel comfortable with your reflection staring back? Or do you feel the need to look away? I've gotten a lot of practice of that doing these videos for you guys, because I'm looking at you, but I'm also like staring at myself the whole time, right? But can you do that? Can you look at your reflection in the mirror and say, I love you, and feel it and feel comfortable doing that? Practice your affirmations in front of the mirror. You'll see which ones you need to work on more, because the ones that you're uncomfortable with, that have not integrated, you're going to feel more. But this is when we shine bright. In order to no longer dim our light and to shine bright, that's what I was trying to say here. In order to do this, we must accept and embrace all aspects of ourselves. It's a beautiful fairy goddess energy here. Huh? I feel like there may be energies and codes coming in from the fairy realms as well for people. Many of us have fae energy. So them coming through to support us and assist us. Notice all the little sparks of light here. Those remind me of little fairies. Some people, you may be seeing those sparks of light. Some people see angels that way. I'm feeling like the fae energy, if you're seeing fairies that way, it's going to be brighter and more colorful. Right? Like the angel energy, the angelic energy feels like sparks of pure white light. The fae energy feels more glittery. Like if you were to toss glitter in the air, the way it would look when it comes down, and it feels like it has more of an iridescence, a luminescence, and a color to it, if that makes any sense. You know what I just heard in my head? I just heard the phrase from Snow White, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. You are. All right. Dream on the bottom of the deck. I wish upon a star and my dreams come true, reminding us that portals are always powerful times for manifestation. So to put those manifestations out there to the universe. On the bottom of the deck here, we had the reminder here, the many masks, the authentic self, coming into and embracing more of the authentic self. What am I doing? We're going here. We're going here. Activation card. And then I'm feeling called to pull one more after this too. But let's look first. Clear. What activation are we receiving during the 2-2 portal? What other activations aside from what we've already Yeah, I was going to read the Gateways of Light card, but I don't know that I need to. I don't know. I might do it in a second. I was just reminded of that. We're a little all over the place in this reading today, you guys. What activations are we receiving during this 2-2 portal? Hathor light codes. Light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall, and there's that full spectrum energy coming through again, right? And on the bottom of the deck, we have Shambhala, initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting in the process and Dharma. So that's trusting in divine timing, trusting in your healing process, and that's that Four of Swords energy coming through again. And that's that me talks energy coming through again. Retreat to heal and recharge. I'm going to read Hathor light codes to you guys. And we get this, we've been receiving these codes very often, right? Because this comes through a lot. This has come up multiple times, these Hathor light codes. Hathor is known as our star mother, right? Powerful Egyptian goddess here. The Hathor temple was the most powerful temple that I visited in Egypt. The Temple of Dendara is what I believe it's called. Such a powerful temple. Why am I having trouble finding this? Hold on, you guys. $82. Sometimes you just got to go to the table of contents. All right. I'm going to hold this up for you guys again. Hathor, known as Het-Heru, which means House of Horus, is an Egyptian cow and solar goddess associated with the sky and fertility. Worship of this enigmatic figure goes all the way back to the 3rd millennium BCE. Hathor is easily recognized in Egyptian art, for she often wears a sun disk on her head that is held in place by 2 horns relating to the cow, sacred symbol of motherhood. She is the divine consort of the hawk-headed deity Horus, allowing her to bridge this world and the cosmic realms, and bring in the infinite light of the sun. So those sun codes coming through again, guys. In this gateway, Hathor is the figurehead of an intergalactic race of beings called the Hathors. There's a good chance that the ancient Egyptians were in touch with this divine race, as evidenced by the many Hathor pillars at the Temple of Dendara. The Hathors appear as elongated pillars of infinite light, illustrating their capacity to bridge heaven and earth. Their divine mission is to activate light upon the earth. Interlinked with both the energy of the central sun and Venus, they bestow solar light blessings and ignite the energy of unconditional love within. When you receive this light card, know they are ushering in great blessings. To connect, visualize a pillar of light descending from the heart of the midnight sky and bathing your body in infinite light. Chant or call Hathor, Hathor, Hathor to draw the Hathorian energy towards you. If there's an aspect of your life that needs light, think of it now. And the message is that this is a full light immersion. You are experiencing a full system upgrade. The infinite solar light of the Hathors is surrounding you now. This is a time of expansion and excitement. You are filled with unlimited potential. The gifts that were once in darkness are now being brought into the light. The parts of yourself that were once hidden are now being seen. Life is being restored. If you have been experiencing sluggishness or tiredness, this is now being washed away. Something ancient has awakened within, and you are remembering why you are here. Welcome home to your light. Ooh, I like that. Honestly, I think that's a perfect way to close this reading. So we're going to close with that. I love you guys. You are amazing. You are so beautiful. I hope you enjoy this 2-2 portal. Remember, we have a resurgence of these energies February 20th through 23rd. And we're going to be feeling these energies throughout the month of February. Go ahead and check out that Aquarius season video as well for more about at least the beginning energies of February. This is going to be a dynamic month, and so is March. This whole year of 2023 is really going to be powerful. And we are in a 7-year, which is all about spiritual advancement. All right, spiritual alignment, aligning with our souls. So this is a powerful year for all of these energies of connecting ourselves more powerfully with our multidimensional nature, with our soul self, and really beginning the process of creating a beautiful new reality on this planet. Until next time, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, all the different things. I am taking clients again. So if you are interested in booking a session with me, please email me. My information is in the description box below, as well as a link to my website where you can learn more about the different services that I offer. I am going to begin taking orders as well for people. If you want something written about your astrological chart, I'm going to be doing different pricing for different things. I'll send you a written document going over. It's either looking at your natal chart. I'm going to have one for like a single transit that you might want more clarity around. And those are going to have a 2 to 3 week turnaround time depending on how many orders I get. And so I'm still figuring out exactly what I'm going to do for all of that. I may even offer deeper transit charts that go more deeply into the year. Those will be a little bit more expensive, but I'm going to be doing like the single transit questions, single transit, or looking at your solar return for 2222. And I'm going to be doing the just the peek at your natal chart. I think those are probably going to be 55. So if you guys are interested in any of that, in addition to all the other things, I do, of course, live chart readings as well and different things like that. But if you're interested in any of that, email me. We can figure something out. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I am actually, I know I've attempted to end this video a few times here, but I think I actually am going to be ending it now, and I will see you guys next time.